following presentation is being brought to you by Sports Plus.
Are we dead us? Are we dead us right now? Oh, he's jumping. Welcome, one and all, to Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for another installment of Sports Plus RSH Baseball. I am Teo, joined by Pacific, and
hi everybody.
We are going to be here for this game between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Philadelphia Phillies. Two National League squads that are in very different situations but are still looking for the same thing. Pacific, what can you say about this matchup?
I think, like you were saying, two different situations. The Dodgers 4-2, looking good, trying to keep their one spot in that NL league, and the Phillies, on the other hand, oh brother, long story of horrors, pain, and agony for this team. 0-6. That is making RSH history slowly but surely, set by the Cubs in previous seasons. But Phillies looking for their first win in weeks. They've gone through the bad, the horrible, and the absolute ugly. As this same park, they gave up 17 runs in a single inning to the Twins. And yikes! You gotta think about it, Teo. What can you expect from these Phillies roster? They've been struggling so far.
Phillies, they've had a lot of attendance issues. They don't have a lot of players to lean on like they would, like other teams do. That's really hindering their progress. There's just not a lot of organization between the players, and just the whole team just looks off. This was a lot of the Guardians team that actually went to the World Series last season. Those guys just aren't clicking anymore like they were. That's what made them so good, that chemistry that they all had. And now that it's not there, you're really starting to see these guys struggle. So we're wondering more, are we going to see more of the same of that struggle, or are we going to see an improvement? So that's what you're going to be looking for today out of these guys.
And most definitely, we're going to be hopefully this is going to be a good matchup, as we saw last game in Colorado, a beautiful game winner by Con Miller in the fourth inning to give the Rockies their second win of the season. But now we turn to the Phillies, who are the last of the winless here in the RSH League. And hopefully this will be a good game. I'm Pacific, and I'm joined by Teo, and this game is coming to you soon.
Let's go. Brand new eyes, brand new nose. Let's go. Bend it over, touch your toes. Let's go. 50 big ones on the floor. Let's go.
Welcome back everybody to Citizens Bank Park, home of the Philadelphia Phillies. I'm Pacific, and I'm back here with Teo. And here's the starting lineups presented by Pacific Seafood Haven. Starting with the away Los Angeles Dodgers, we have Nebula leading off and pitching for the Dodgers as he's leading the league with 37 strikeouts. And second in at bat, we have Jacob, who's been leading the team in home runs and RBIs this season, who's joined by their manager Rue, who's had a long experience of going to championships and leading teams to good wins. And over on the home side, we just have Regam. Yes, and I did say just Regam, because that's one of the struggles of the Phillies organization here, as not much activity is going on. It's just Regam today, the former MVP, looking to probably get his team their first win without the chaos. And yeah, Teo, what do you have to say about these lineups today?
No, just I guess some standard lineup. Regam gonna have to fight it out again himself. We know what he is capable of. He hasn't quite touched it yet, but we know what he can do as a player. We've seen him do it before. Again, was a big part why the Guardians went to the World Series last season. Hopefully he can try and get some of those early kinks ironed out, because now I think is the time to push. Right before that All-Star break, this is the time you really have to get locked in, really push for those playoffs, and just hopefully he can get those things kinked out. But he'll have a tough at least pitching battle to deal with Neb. He absolutely broke out onto the scene with his pitching during the World Baseball Classic, and he has continued into the regular season. So it'll be very interesting to see if Regam is still able to keep up or not.
Yeah, as the game is about to get underway here, there's a lot of expectations for this team tonight. Like Teo was just saying, Regam needs to make the push now. He needs to lock in now in order for them to at least have a shot at getting themselves back on their feet and into that second seed for that National League. All-Star Weekend shenanigans start Thursday, May 8th, 9th, with the whole All-Star draft. And both teams are really trying to just keep their groove, and the Phillies trying to find their groove. I think this is going to be a good game as we're about to get underway here. As soon as Regam steps into the pitching area,
we have Regam on the bump here. 22 strikeouts so far on the year, third on that list. Still just gave up a lot of runs. That's really been his struggle. 10 home runs allowed, 17 RBIs coming into this game. That jacked up his ERA to 9.4. But still an effective pitcher when he just doesn't have the support he needs in defense. And this looks like one of those days where he's not going to have a lot of support. So he's going to have to get these Ks and get them quickly.
And the game is underway here. Mr. Regam's on the mound for these Phillies. Throws strike one. Neb crushes that one deep. That is caught by Regam himself. Wow, what a start to the game by Regam, trying to get out the inning quickly. I mean, like Teo was saying, last game he allowed 10 RBIs on 5 home runs on the Seattle Mariners on Saturday, as he only pitched 2 innings before he was taken out and replaced by Cause. And I think they just need that inactivity. I think they need that activity push as Jacob swings through for strike one here. And really not much to talk about for this Phillies organization. I mean,
that was hit hard to right field. And the Dodgers off to a fast start here. 1 out in the top of the first. Jacob goes yard. It'll be 1-0 Dodgers.
And you just hear that back crack there at the plate there. Man, that was crushed as soon as it left his bat. That was 179 hit velocity on 45 launch angle. A perfect as the new generation would call it here. That is crazy. A good start for this organization, and Neb trying to tack on to what Jacobs has already been doing. Like I've been saying, Jacobs already electric for this Dodgers roster. As Neb swings for strike two. Wow. Really not expected from him today. And yeah, this is quite the game as Neb strikes out on 3 pitches. Neb's eye has been large part of his issue in his game. I mean, he's been swinging at nonsense as Jacob takes at a homer pitch that he just hit out the park seconds ago. And Teo, what do you think? Just based off of what has just happened as Ragam goes for strike two now. Based on what has happened, what do you think? What do you think Ragam is trying to do here?
Well, as he gets a strikeout and we move to the bottom of the first inning. Well, like I said earlier, one of the talking points for this game, you have to limit the damage. And 4 pitches in, Ragam has already caused some damage. So not the start that he's looking for, but he's gonna try and get something going. You know, he was the best hitter by a country mile last season. In a bit of a slump now, actually. Only 2 home runs so far for Ragam this year. Tack on 4 RBIs. So kind of a mediocre start for Ragam so far. Maybe he could find his groove, but against one of the best pitchers in the league in Neb, that's going to be a tough thing to do. 30 strikeouts, leading all pitchers in that category. Only 1 home run allowed so far this year with a 4.7 ERA. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do here.
Yeah, building off what you're just saying, I think the biggest questions the media and the news outlets are asking, where is Ragam? And everybody's been asking, where's the reigning MVP? Where is his performance? Where is the guy that won MVP by a mile and led every single category last season? And I think Ragam's slump is just showing his sign of how much he's impacts to this Phillies organization. I mean, without him, they would be in a worse situation. I mean, Ragam lines that one beautifully to left, and Jacob's probably going to get there, and that's going to be a base hit for Ragam. And,
Oh.
wow, Ragam talking.
Choice words there from Ragam.
Ragam talking early in the game, trash talking the Mariners, who put 5 home runs and 10 RBIs on him through 2 innings. Already talking mess, and that's one of the reasons why they've been struggling. The trash talking, the total overall locker room, it's just collapsing on them. Ragam is not helping the situation. And he swings. Neb gets him swinging 0-2 now. I just think that he needs to simmer down his ego, as it's not going to get him anywhere here. Neb pitching here.
Ooh.
Another base hit. That's past Jacob again towards the wall now. Ragam's going to put 2 on base. Ragam is showing signs by himself that he can do it for the Phillies organization. And just watching him perform here tonight gives a lot. As Neb goes ball 1. And man, Ragam trying to do everything. Dodger trying to Ragam gonna
That one's
pop
down the right. Up. That's gonna get down.
That's gonna get down off the wall. That's gonna bring the tie run in. Jacob throws.
Throws Jacob it just into the infield.
Dodger trying to Ragam gonna
that one's
pop
down the right. Up. That's gonna get down.
That's gonna get down off the wall. That's gonna. The fielding has been terrible. Prime example of this was the Japan series recently. They just came back from Japan. The first game, Neb gave up 9 RBIs in the first inning due to multiple fielding errors by Jacob and Dapo, diving and missing grounders and missing pop flies. Fielding's been a major issue for this team, allowing a lot of runs, and defense is not one of their strong suits. So they're relying on Neb to get out these innings. And Regam's gonna keep pouring it on. He's gonna bring another one in there. And that is going to be corners 2-1. Phillies take the lead here early in this game. And Teo, I think Regam is starting to show signs of life here. I mean, abusing the weak fielding by the Dodgers. I mean, you gotta expect something to happen soon. I mean,
I think everybody eventually expected for Regam to find a way to get out of his slump. Whether or not this is going to stick, we don't know. But this is definitely a starting point here. Still nobody out here with 2 runners on corners. So interesting situation that Neb's gonna have to work his way out of here.
I think Mr. Regam being by himself in opposed to fielding teammates, that's going to be another one line past Jacob. That's going to bring in another run. 3-2. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
3
slow
to
down
1
now.
here. 3-1 here early in the bottom of the first. Neb's a little bit upset with Jacob and his fielding. There's not much he can do, but good Lord, I mean, the manager, I mean, I think Rue has to be disappointed at this point. I mean, this is not one of their strong suits. The fielding game, as Neb tries to get him on the 1-0 with the curveball in the corner. And I think that's gonna scrape past barely for a ball here. 1-0. Neb trying to fight this one. He's looking for it. And he goes down 2-0 to Regam.
So some noticeable struggle here from Nebby. Oh, that one's hit. Foul, though. So 2-1 now will be the count with runners on first and second. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. As that one's high, it'll be a hitter's count. 3-1 here for Regam.
And Cause is here to back up his teammate Regam. And Regam's gonna line that one, and that's gonna bring in another one, maybe even 2 here.
Maybe even 2 here.
And
Regam's
that
heading
is
for
going
second,
to
and
be
he did.
2.
2 runs scored. It'll be 5-1 Phils.
4-1 Phils, as a matter of
Okay.
fact. Runner stopped at 3. Get down.
And now Cause will get up here to bat.
Yeah. Cause came in here to back him up.
Oh,
that is
and
going
first
to
pitch, that one's taken
fuck.
Drop.
Might have been caught.
Throwing the 3, he's out. They get the out at 3.
That might have been caught. No, that might have been caught. I'm gonna be real.
I mean, he was right under it.
He was right under it. I don't know.
They do get the out at 3rd. So one will score.
One will
5-1 Phillies. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 2 on for Regam again.
I think Regam's looking for a homer here, maybe. Trying to give this crowd some momentum here. Fan attendance has been low. He's swinging early. Heavy swings. Regam trying to look for his pitches. And the manager
on top of that one.
Manager Rue is just sitting here watching this all break down. So we're
Oh,
going to get
that
another
was hit
down,
out to left. That's gonna get down.
and that's going
That'll
to
score
load the
another
bases.
one.
Oh, that is going to load the
Oh,
bases
that's loaded.
for cause. Wow. Nev's frustrated, and there's visible frustration from the Dodgers organization right now. And I think it's time to start asking the questions. When are we gonna go out and get free agents? When are we gonna go out and get people so you cannot have these fielding problems? When are we gonna have a good field? I think that's the main problem that Neb was asking, and there was rumors from local media and Dodger Sports. They were telling us that apparently Neb had asked for Cat from the Phillies, and apparently Rue declined trying to trade for Cat, as Cat can be known for his fielding, as we've seen in recent moments. But it seems like Rue is not trying to open his ears to his team, and I feel like that is shutting down their activity. As Cause is gonna line that one, that is
That
going to
one's
be
gonna get
another.
through, and that'll score another run.
That's going to be loaded still. 6-1. And yeah, Dodgers local media was telling me for the game that they're not open to signing anybody. I mean, at this point, at this point,
Now, as a manager, as a franchise owner, of course, you make those decisions if you feel as though that your roster's fine, whatever. But I feel like, as not only just as the person who makes those decisions, I feel like you have to listen to your roster. You have to listen to what they need, see like feedback. It goes both ways. It's not just manager to player. Players can also put their input into whatever they feel the team would need to be better. It goes both ways, not just but from the higher ups to the lower ups. It can also go from the lower ups to the higher ups. And I feel like Rue he has a hard time of just understanding his players' needs and
most definitely.
understanding what his team would need to be better. I know he's had success in all of these great things, but you can't let it go to your head, as that's going to get through for another hit. Another run is probably going to score here.
That is going to be 7
And,
to 1.
the Dodgers had a very good roster in season 5. And I feel like that masked a lot of the issues that you saw. And they started off good even early this year. But now you're seeing with the Phillies here down 6 in the bottom of the first, only 1 out. You can see those problems really starting to take hold now.
Yeah.
Really just starting to expose everything that's going on.
And as a team owner myself, I feel like this, especially if I was in this situation, this would hurt me. Cause is gonna hit that one off the wall there. And just as a team owner myself, that is gonna bring in another run. As a team owner myself, it hurts me to see this team have these much fielding errors. And that is why I strive to build my roster and get enough people so we don't have these issues. And Regame crew, they just scored literally all of their runs they have scored already in this season right now.
And that's going to get down.
Throw the
yet another run.
bird.
Just an absolute collapse here from the Dodgers.
My
You'd
God.
think the game would almost be over just looking at the score. No, we're still in the bottom of the first inning.
Oh my goodness, man. This is just, and like I said before, I feel like Rue is still banking on the fact that Young is dealing with injuries, and I feel like they're still banking on Young to show up, but they need the fielding. I mean, they had a wonderful team last season. They had silver, and that's gonna be on the line. That's gonna be fair. That's gonna bring in another run, 10-1. And as I was saying, Rue needs to listen to his team. Tail, you remember the controversy. You remember the Neb controversy at the start of the season, as he didn't want to be on the Dodgers, and he wanted his preferred destinations. But it's like, now I see why he's complaining. What does he have? How can this team support him when they need it the most? You know, and it just goes to show that some team owners just need to listen and need to listen to their roster. It's not gonna work every time that they have one fielder and he can go get maybe 3 pop-ups. No, they're hitting straight lines, straight liners. It's just crazy to watch, and I'm sure everybody that's watching the stream is in as much disbelief as I am. It's
Oh,
Regom! It's a
that's
grand
taken deep.
slam!
See
That
ya.
is a home run.
God.
And that's gonna do the icing on the cake. Neb is in frustration, staring at his owners, and the owner comes out of the dugout. And I think they're gonna go out to Jacob in the field or something. And that is going to be 14-1. And oh my goodness. As the thing Neb is done for today. Wow. I think Neb is visibly upset. I think Neb, man, Teo, go check up on Neb in that dugout. I don't think
I definitely will.
Frustrated. And Cat has just arrived to the arena. He does not want to pitch anymore.
Into the dugout, he wants nothing more to do with this game.
I don't blame him. Tail, come on, man. This French, man. I don't think it's working out. I think Rue needs to open his eyes and look where Neb is trying to direct him. I think Neb has his eyes set on prospects, and it's just not working.
Now when I see, like, no matter how much success you may have, no matter how many wins you may accumulate, you can't get complacent. I see this as that one's hit down the left field for foul. I think that Rue just got complacent. He got complacent.
Almost definitely.
After that season 5 championship, there wasn't a lot of moves made to, improve the roster. As a lot of that team ended up leaving or retiring, going elsewhere, what have you. Rue just kind of got complacent. And didn't really do the most that he could have done to really replenish the roster. Don't get me wrong, they still have good pieces, and
that is going to be on deep right field, and that is a solo shot. It's 15-1 in the bottom of the first. This is like, as a team owner, this is actually making me upset. Like, I'm actually infuriated, because as a team owner, I would never sit through and let my team just suffer like this.
Replenish the roster. Don't get me wrong, they still have good pieces, and
that is going to be on deep right field, and that is a solo shot. It's 15-1.
To really
more likely going to be a mercy, and I think, is this the game that the Phillies need to get right back on track?
That's actually funny.
It's and Neb is going to join us on a broadcast here, I think live from the dugout. And Neb, just let us know how you're feeling, man. 15-1. What is going on?
It's the activity in our team, honestly. Like, you only got one fielder. We really can't do anything.
I mean, do you partially blame this because your owner isn't looking to get players?
That's I'm trying to like convince him to get like, for example, Cat. Um, he's really active. Um, we could just have him in the outfield, and that would really help.
Literally.
Prevent some hits. But Rue just won't listen. I don't know why.
And I think, as Tail was saying, that's gonna get through. Oh, brother, the
Through
field
again.
okay. He's gonna stay at 1, and I think it just might be time to question the organization. I feel like this needs to be solved immediately, because if they come out that I think they come out of the All-Star break playing the Mariners. That's gonna be lined. Jacob, wholly out.
Oh yeah, he's out at
Out at
second.
2, safe
So
at 1.
2 away here, finally, in the bottom of the
Finally something.
first.
But Ragamza, I don't think this is gonna go well. But as I was saying, they come out of the All-Star break playing the Mariners. They played the best team in the league defensively and offensively, and second and offensively.
As of
This is
right
not going to
now,
go well. If this isn't solved, this is not going to go well.
I honestly, as of right now, I don't really see us making a deep run in the playoffs. I'm gonna just be honest.
I think it's time for Rue to open his ears before it's too late. That trade deadline's coming up
If he
soon.
doesn't
All
open his ears,
coming
I'm
up.
just gonna announce it on here. I will leave.
You heard it here from Nev first. Regam swings and misses, and this might be some daylight to at least get out the inning. And like I was saying, I think Rue got really hung up on their World Series win. I mean, we can look at the examples. Look how happy they were after taking down the dynasty in the Atlanta Braves. Look how happy they were beating the Braves, which they almost choked the series to. And then they go on to beat a Regamless franchise that is probably going to not do it,
That is
but
another single
another
there
single
into
by
left.
and
2 away, 2 on.
like I've been saying, the Neb controversy, through the Neb controversies, Neb trying to lead this team the right way. When will the front office listen and get the moves going? And Jacob Cos is going to swing at that one. That is going to drop foul. That is an 0-1. And Jacob's trying to do anything and everything in his power to try and get them out this inning and hopefully delay something. And Rue is telling Jacob just to give it up here. And no, Cod swings 0-2. And Teo, are you in much distraught as I am? Cause I'm low key. I'm upset. I'm frustrated, man. This is
You
not
know,
what I expected from a Dodgers organization that just won the championship.
I've just been sitting here just confused. Honestly, just confused. That's the only word that could really describe how I feel. Is that one is hit out to
Oh my
right. I don't
god,
think
that's
he's
gonna
gonna
get
get there.
down.
He drops it.
Ragon's gonna
Gotta
go
load the
home.
bags again. Oh,
That's
he
gonna
went.
load the bags.
This is
And the
just. I'm lost for words right now. Looking at this,
Same
it's only
here.
been 1 inning still in this game, and
Jesus.
the Phillies have been able to
It's
put up
just loaded for
15.
Regom. The moment is here for Regom. All he has to do is either take this yard or for a second grand slam. But will this suffice? Will this suffice his struggle? Getting these RBIs and these homers off of a weakened Dodgers organization. I don't think this will suffice for everything that they're down for. And Jacob has to throw something inside, has to do something. And I think he's going to give it up here. This is the 2-0 pitch. This is probably going to be game here for the Phillies organization. They're moments away from their first win. Jacob with the pitch, 2-0. That's going to be it. Takes.
In there.
Wow. In there for strike 1. Will Jacob double up is the question. Moments away from their first win of the season at an unprecedented time. Ragam looking to do everything for his team. Jacob trying to buy them inning time. Jacob throws a sinker up top, but Ragam takes 3-1. He has to throw a strike here. He can't risk a walk. He can't risk a walk here.
He walks it here, the game is over.
Can't risk a walk. Jacob trying to keep the Dodgers alive. Ragam seconds away from bringing in the game-winning run. 15-1. Here we go. That is gas. That is going to be down and fair and calls off the wall. And that is the game. 16-1. This is embarrassing. This is single-handedly the worst baseball I've ever watched from a team in the first inning. And this same team gave up 17 runs in 1 inning to the Twins. This same team that just won gave up 17 runs. And now they're on the right side of history. 16-1 in the first inning. And I think this needs to raise this has to raise a lot of questions. Well, thank you for the short stream here. This is Sports Plus, all Pacific, joined by Teo. This is so long, our